Hi students, today the focus is going to be placed upon managers in a corporation. This is part of distance learning launched by ENCG Agadir Université Ibn Zohar, Morocco. It's a matter of placing the focus on three types of managers. We have discussed the role that the General Assembly plays at a corporation. We divided it into two parts and we talked about the role that the Ordinary Assembly plays when it elects the Board of Directors. We talked about the Board of Directors and we said that it was made up of managers who are supposed to be placed at the top of each department in a corporation, and we talked about the competence that they should have, which is disclosed through the CVs that are presented, to electors once a year when 1/3 of the board of directors is supposed to be elected. And we said that this board is supposed to stay in office alternatively for 3 years. And there is another category of managers which we call C-suite. That is, C, it stands for the first letter in chief, and they are the following. There is the executive officer, chief financial officer, chief operating officer, chief information officer, chief marketing officer, and other offices that we will have the occasion to discuss later. You know that the executive chief officer is very important in the management of a corporation. He is elected by the board of directors, and he works hand in hand with other chief officers, particularly chief financial officer. Chief financial officer is placed in charge of finance, particularly things relevant to computing, particularly to accounting. And you have chief operating officer. Chief operating officer is placed in charge of management,